Hi everyone, welcome to my first attempt at recording a game for Team Scotland at this World Cup, in which Scotland will face China with Martell vs Greyjoy. So it's Martell, Aloof and Apart versus Greyjoy Fealty. First of all, let's have a quick look at my deck, this Aloof and Apart deck. It's pretty standard. I'd say a lot of core cards in here. Doran, it's just a Lords and Ladies deck, trying to increase power and strength. Using the Red Viper for power, using the new Old Hawk for power. There really isn't very much complicated interactions to this deck, unfortunately. It's just get a lot of econ. We have 3 Prince's Attendants, 2 Desert Scavengers for claim supply and more econ. We have 11 econ locations, nothing else. 3 bodyguards because we run a lot of Lords and Ladies. And then for events we run to the Spears. This is very good for Old Hawk Renown. This is very good for the Red Viper. It's good for the insights we have. 1 Prince's Plan, just because this can be a small combat trick maybe. Increase the power up by 5 or more. Maybe get the Red Viper trigger. Maybe boost someone up to be in the range of the Old Hawk's ability. Someone always tells. We'll come back to that in a bit. Secret Schemes. That's just the standard rule for this deck. Doran's Name. Yeah, you've seen this a lot. Just lots of power at the late game. So yeah, nothing too complicated to talk to on locations. With Someone Always Tells, this deck tries to be resistant to wipes, like Dahira's, Mad King's Command, Morgulis. So we run 2 Calling to the Banners, just so if we start, we gain that gold, we can cancel their plot with Someone Always Tells. It runs a trade routes, same thing, but that can also proc the Old Hawk. And Varys' Riddle, so that at the beginning of the game, if I, at Prince Doran's behest, into their, say like in At the Gates, I can Varys' Riddle and I can pick up one of my econ locations as well, and if they play an econ plot, I'll just play Summer Harvest. Heir to the Iron Throne, because we play some very cheap, Lords and Ladies. You're thinking of Bjork and Eric, even on Marcella. I think I've got one Tristan in here as well, somewhere around here. So it's a pretty simple Aloof and Apart deck, to be honest. Moving over to Greyjoy's deck, this looks like China's Greyjoy Fealty deck. This seems like a simple Greyjoy good cards. Terran Greyjoy is their Joust restricted rather than Asha. Lots of warships. They're going to be using Bran the Builder. They're going to be using Terran to stand. They do have quite a bit of stealth with Asha. They do have 3 Drowned God Fanatics, so that could cancel the Red Viper's trigger, so I've got to be on the lookout for that. We Do Not Sows don't really affect my deck. Risen from the Seas, again, I'm not really going to be killing them. I don't have too many military icons. The kind of main point of this deck is just overwhelming the board state. Sorry if I cut out there. The main point of this deck is just overwhelming the board state, and then using the Red Viper, Renown, and Doran's Name to gain power. So the ultimate way this deck plays is if the opponent's deck goes wide, like if they're running 6 costs, my deck will just go wider. Doran will increase people's strength up massively in the later rounds. So yeah, I can have 11 strength characters and they can just overwhelm the board. We saw this in last week's matchup against Germany's Aloof and Apart Night's Watch deck, which obviously runs great ranging, Sam, John, Darwin, but yeah, the board just gets so big that it can just take out any of those other big cost decks. It is the ultimate go wide. And another really interesting card in this matchup is obviously Ariana Martell. So while with Aloof and Apart, when she returns to the opponent's hand, she is going to give up a power. She can also, once she gets up to 10 strength, she can just target return. And things like Risen from the Sea don't protect against that. So unless they have dupes, I can just target return, and that's very useful. So be on the lookout for that. It's around about the time when the game should get starting soon, so I'm going to go create the game, and I'll see if I'm playing Ghost from Team China. So hopefully it's a good game. I'm just going to record while I play it. I'll talk to you while I'm going through it. If I go quiet for a bit because I'm focusing, bear with me. But other than that, I'll just talk you through my decisions that I'm making at the time. So I'm going to move their things onto that screen. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully I've just cut out all that stuff in between, but apparently China's player Ghost is having problems with his network, so another one of their players is going to be filling in for him. That's totally fine. Obviously it's been a couple minutes since I spoke to you about the decks, but don't worry, in Martell theme, we're more than happy to wait. We'd have just been expecting Greyjoy to run away with it, so thematically I think we're already winning, which is always a good place to be. Yeah, we'll just wait for their sub to join the game, and then we'll get started. Here he is. Okay, let's go. Jump in. No Darn, but we have Ariana. Plus another Chudley supply. I don't really care about duping Ariana. We do have Ricasa, which is good, and as someone always tells. So I think this is a keep. It's not the greatest keep, but it's a keep. And then it's as simple as these three on setup. Yeah. Okay, here's a lot of smalls. We didn't draw Darn. Obviously we can great hole with this, so I always personally open with this. I just like it. He doesn't have any stealths yet. Yeah, it's an out the gates, so all his out the gates go first. Obviously I could do a, this deck can't run Gul'dan, it's potted with Aloof and Apart. But if I could, I would run it. So I'll grab one of these, and I'll grab a Great Hole. Old Hawk is good. Again, what we really want to do is we just want to push the Void State in as much as possible here. So I could Gates of the Moon, set me up for next time, but I don't really want to give him that extra econ. Gates of the Moon is obviously better when you're second player. But first, the Intimidate on this guy is very good, so I'm probably just going to play this, reduce by 3, reduce by 1. Bring yeah, we'll bring her into play, and then we'll bring him into play. And I don't think they run anyone with no challenge icons. I could put him into the shadows to make him cheaper for next turn, but I don't really see the need. Well done. I could have actually put Old Hawk out there, which is what I should have done. I didn't realize I had 2 extra gold. Bad math. Let's see who's coming down. Big Terror. Never great. No warships, thankfully, so that's always a good start. May as well get an Intrigue challenge in. get some draw going. Try and look for Darn again. Darn is super important. Okay, Cletus is actually very good. I don't know what kind of initiative control. He does run a silence. They run quite a few refurbished hulks. So just Cletus can kind of really increase my initiative value because it's super important that game that I start. Military, I expect a defense here with Victeron. Yeah. And then I set he main military with Eric. That's fine. Want to kill off one of our dupes. That's annoying. So I only run 2 of those. No way of getting that back. That's obviously annoying as well. So Greyjoy takes a 5-0 lead. That's not the greatest start in the world, but you know, can't have everything. The question now is, do I look for Doran with air, or do I think he might Valar? He could Valar. This can always find me a dupe. I will start. So I think I'm going to air this turn. Yeah. So I think I got that right. Out there. No Doran, unfortunately. Could have put a dupe into play, but we'll get the Red Viper down and we'll lose him. Okay, no Doran is annoying. No Summer, so the old Hawk's not doing wouldn't do anything here anyway. I kind of need to make sure I don't lose. Is so essential to this deck. Did draw one of these, which is good. Let's get all Hulk down for more insight, and then for 3 we'll get Cletus down. Good to determine who starts. Let's see who he puts down. We kind of don't want to see maybe silence. That's not great, I'm going to be honest with you. But again, he hasn't got any intrigue icons yet. You could put like a refurbished longship into play. Obviously let's intrigue with Ariana. Just to get some more cards. He brings Grey Ghost into play. You could obviously stand Victeron with that. He didn't want to lose Grey Ghost. Okay, perfect. Okay, that's huge. I actually think we're going to rest here. It's important we don't lose too much power. He doesn't have any stealth on his characters. You can obviously stand Victeron, but I'm perfectly happy with this. We have our cancel here. He might be looking for a Risen, maybe. What's he going to do? Red Viper can't be declared as a defender. Okay, so he can't stand Victeron. I do have 9 strength in the military. He probably just has strength with 9. Block the unopposed. Kill off the Scavenger. there are 3 plots in the used pile, which would mean this character would give me 3 initiative versus... really not so, it's not going to come into play. Okay, discard 2 cards, we're going to discard you, and we're going to discard you. Okay, so, let's think. He's only got 2 initiative there. Do I trade routes here? What's he play? He's probably going to play a Brand the Builder. This would be very good for... hold, but I'm going to play this. Yeah, and I'm going to choose to start. I'm going to call in the banners, and then I'm going to summon Always Tells his Valor. So that's the key to this deck. We've got his Valor's now down. We can now begrudge him the board with impunity, which we will. Ah, perfect. Okay, so you're about to see how this deck can, as they say in the business, pop off. So, obviously, Doran down. So important. Do we put her down for increased strength? We can still do the spears. Or do we put him down with a gold on him? I think we put her down. Boom. Okay. So now we're kind of hoping he doesn't have Drowned Gods Fanatics in hand. But now you're really seeing the power of this deck. This will... We've got the wipe down. We've got Doran on the board. We have 3 insights. We have Doran's name in hand. We have it to the spears, which is great. Obviously, we're kind of just hoping he doesn't have Drowned God Fanatics, but there's nothing you can really do about them. Theon, that's going to be annoying. I'm going to have to kill someone. I don't know who I kill. Probably her. Again, I want to keep Cletus. Actually, no, I'll kneel with him. Okay, so we're gonna do, sorry, I meant to do to the spears there. So intrigue, hopefully we draw, we've got 3 insights here, so hopefully we draw another to the spears. Obviously this is gonna be 7 power for Red Viper if he doesn't have thing in hand. Oh, he doesn't? Okay, then this is probably a win. And then we just power with the same. And he's calling it GG's. Well, yeah, well, so that's the kind of the point of the deck. It's just, if you ever someone Always Tells, always keep it. He didn't have the cancel for the Red Viper, so there was nothing he could really do. You just get so much strength with Doran. What's that strength? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 extra strength with Doran. And in just 1 turn. 15 power on the Red Viper. So that's how it works. It works well. Thanks for watching the game. Yeah, it went about as well as it could have done. Drew Doran when I needed to. I didn't even pop Ariana, so like, for example, now with her 8 strength, I could just be returning Victoria onto the board every single turn. And yeah, I give up a power, but I don't really care about it. So, it's as simple as that. To the spears, Red Viper, Doran. Game. Alright. Thanks for joining me. I'll try and record more throughout the tournament. But other than that, have a good rest of your day, all.